ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ।
Dear friends, we have completed the study of the 32nd shloka of the Mundaka Upanishad, which is the end of the first chapter of the second Mundaka. It consisted of 10 shlokas, and the last few shlokas were nothing else but helping us to develop a perspective so that we are aware of the presence of the divine in everything that we see, do, experience in this life. It is sometimes a bit abstract and abstruse for us. Why? Because we are involved in the domain where our 5 sense organs are extremely active. We believe because we see it, we believe because we hear it, we believe one's existence because we smell it, we touch it, we taste it. And that is so concrete, tangible, physically, it has a very strong impact on our thinking. This chapter, which we have just completed, I will in short revise the chapter because I go to the second chapter of the second Mundaka. Before I go, I would like to again highlight to you what is the game plan of the teacher of this Upanishad, Maharishi Angirasa. He started how? That look, what is being told in this Upanishad is no human's brainwave. It is the wisdom of God. So, have no doubts about what is being said here. It has emanated from God's wisdom, and it has been substantiated by many rishis and realized souls. They have experimented with these ideas and they have reached the goal. The first and foremost thing is we are doubting Thomases. We always think to create doubt is an expression of intelligence, but there is a time when that intelligence must subside itself and depend on experiencing. That is, intellectual conviction has to outgrow itself and convert itself into experiencing, being and becoming one. No more subject and object. I am the seer, I see you. No, now I feel I am the essence and the spirit of this whole universe. And all the infinite diversity as I see, they are in the domain of these 4 concepts in the domain of Maya. What are those 4 concepts? Nama, a name which diversifies things. Rupa, shape and form, guna, various qualities, and ultimately utilitarian value in human life. On those four pillars, the diversity stands. And what is the fundamental idea, the concept? He is one, the eternal, he is sarvagam, sarvavapi, sushuksham. He is subtlest of the subtle. He permeates everywhere. There is not a speck of space or an iota of time where he is not. And how do you anchor it with yourself? I am. Throughout my lifespan, my experience keeps on changing, but my awareness of amness never changes. Your true original nature is that. Somehow or other, under the influence of ignorance, we have forgotten that. This is the main teaching of the Upanishad. Up till now, that is up to 32nd shloka, the groundwork and the foundation is being prepared. From here, the takeoff point starts. What is the takeoff point? What are the instructions that I must follow to make it a reality, a real experience in my life? I am told, thou art that. Tat tvam asi. You are that. Who is that you? Whom you feel like now identified with your body-mind complex. I am. This I, the first person singular number of English grammar, is that absolute. Don't try to look it in cloud nine high up in the skies. It is your true original nature. All these 32 shlokas rotated around these two concepts. One is this wisdom, these ideas, these concepts have emanated from the divine, and there have been people who have substantiated this concept by experiencing this concept, outgrowing the domain of concept and identifying the eternal being as his own true original nature. These are the two ideas that has been concentrated in these 32 shlokas and explained in great diversity. Now, dears, for your better understanding, let us try to analyze the word Sat Chit Ananda Atma. Sat Swarup, not a quality, not a guna, satta, in itself, existence. Chetana, chit, awareness, and ananda. Such chit ananda swarup Atma. Atma is of whom I am aware every moment of my life, whom I call I am. When I say I am expressing my awareness, consciousness of my existence. Awareness of my existence is never separable. Inseparables I am. What does it mean? I am aware I exist. Awareness of my existence, Swarupata and Chetana are inseparables. Ananda Swarupata. You are also, in essence, ecstatic divine bliss. And that is your true original nature, not it is an acquired quality. I eat something which I love to eat and I am happy, I am satisfied, I am Ananda. These are all interacting things, but this is thing in itself. Kant was a philosopher in Germany. He came very close to the Vedantic concept because of an intense study of the Upanishads. Because Max Muller translated Upanishads in German language. Kant said, the purpose of life is to know the thing in itself, devoid of all adjuncts. So, Satswarup, Chitswarup, Ananda Swarupata is a thing in itself. And that is my true original nature. And in the last 32 shlokas, after establishing it is God's wisdom which has emanated from the divine, so the question of human fault and failure and limitations does not arise. It is divine. And he has said there are many in the line up to now. There have been many teachers and taught teachers and pupils. And the teachers are realized souls. So the conclusion has been substantiated by human achievement and human experience. Good enough. Now he says, how to go there? Let us go step by step. What is that? Let us divide. Aparavidya and Paravidya. We all are in the domain of na para, apara vidya. Na para means, apara means that which is not sublime, but indispensable to live in this world. Be very careful about the words that I am using it, because these are the correct translation of the ideas of the Upanishad. Apara, a means na para, not so sublime, but it is an aspect of knowledge which is indispensable, without which man cannot live on this earth, nor can he make any progress in civilization. And he enumerates all that is encompassed in Vedic Shabdarashi, all that we find in the 4 Vedas. The words and the ideas, they all belong to Paravidya, Aparavidya. And in a modern way, how do I say Aparavidya? Aparavidya is that branch of knowing or knowledge which is appurtenant to this cosmos that we see. It is concrete, gross, it is subtle, it is more subtle, and the subtlest form is ether. Beyond that, Aparavidya does not go. Why? It is not perceptible, neither demonstratable in a laboratory. multi-billion-dollar laboratory. So Aparavidya's scope and domain and parameter has been described. Now he says, what is Paravidya then? And he uses only 4 words. Yaya Vidya, by means of which Yaya, by means of that Vidya, tat, that, aksharam, immutable, adhigamyate, adhipurvak gam dhatu is abhinnataya prapyate. Please bear with me, I'll translate it for you. I quote these Sanskrit words from the scriptures, dear. For heaven's sake, don't think I'm showing off. I am trying to prove to you that I do not move out of the ideas that emanate from the Upanishads. I am totally wedded to it. I am totally bound down by it. Jaya, this is avidya, process of knowing. This such a process of knowing, the supreme knowledge, supreme education, Paravidya. What is that Paravidya? By utilization of that knowing, you become one with the immutable, infinite, eternal reality. You identify your true amness, bringing it out of this body-mind complex and the attachment with this cosmos. You see it in itself. Sarupa Jnanam. You know yourself in itself. So, he has started. Before he starts on Paravidya, he thought it is better we explain to you all that is embodied in Aparavidya and where it leads to. In Aparavidya, what happens? I am the knower, I am the doer, I am the performer. And so many acts and deeds of performance has been mentioned in the Upanishads and is being mentioned in today's modern sciences. I am the doer, I am the performer, I am the subject. And I, because I do not know my true original nature, I keep on identifying myself with what I am not. Atasmin tat buddhi, that what is not my true self, I take it for granted, this is my true self. And my ball starts rolling, my life starts flowing. That is Aparavidya Vishaya. The whole cosmos and any branch of knowledge that leads you to knowing, mastering, utilizing the forces in nature. In short, Aparavidya Vishaya gives you the capacity to merge the forces of nature at play in nature external to you. That is Aparavidya Vishaya. That is the object of the pursuit of Aparavidya. What is Paravidya? Yaya tat aksharam adhigamyate, by means of which you experience how, not by seeing with your eyes, but by being and becoming one with that. I will tell you, and I'll give a very gross example. When I was a child, I knew I belonged to my direct family. My father, my brother, my siblings. That was my world. I grew, started going to school, and there I had to identify myself. I am such and such my parents' son. This is my home address, totally, and I belong to that. It is broken, my home address. It is enlarged. I was born in Calcutta. I am a Calcasian. Where is Calcutta? It's capital of Bengal. I am a Bengali. Where is Bengal? It's a province of India. So I am an Indian. Where is India? In Asia. Then I am an Asian. And then, when my education has enhanced, I am a human being. I am a part and parcel of this limitless human society. 1 in billion or quadrillion. Am I not outgrowing my identity? I have outgrown my identity by tertiary education. Now the last identity is I am one with the Absolute. That is my true original identity. Paravidya does not teach you that. Paravidya teaches you that. Sublime Vidya. Yaya, cultivating with, practicing it, disciplining yourself to achieve it, a time will come when you'll outgrow the limitations of attachment with things that what is not your nature. You detach yourself and you attach yourself who you are. Sridharananda Rupoham Shivoham Shivoham. Sridharananda Rupoham. I am Satsarup, I am Chitsarup, I am Anandasarup. That is what my true original nature. This is the subject matter of this Upanishad. For that matter, all Upanishads. I will fail in my duty if I do not draw your attention to the distinction between Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads. As you know, Gita was recited in point of time much after the latest Upanishad. The 10 famous Upanishads that Acharya Shankara thought worthwhile to comment upon. Gita came much behind. And it was a lesson emanating from God incarnate. Sri Ramakrishna had a very beautiful parable. In those ancient days, good quality jaggery, semi-liquid or liquid or even hard, the good quality jaggery or molasses was supposed to be sweet from sugar cane. Juice of sugar cane boiled and the scum removed, it became juice and then it became thicker and thicker and thicker. Became granular, semi-solid, but a bit affluent. Somebody takes a handful of clean sand, puts it into that jaggery and mixes it up. There are two bowls. One is mixed with sand jaggery and the other is pure jaggery without sand. You taste pure jaggery and those granules, they melt away in your tongue. It is absolutely smooth and totally melting, giving a beautiful sensation on your tongue and your palate. This is what your experience is pure jaggery or pure molasses. The other bowl, which contains, you taste, and those silica particles, the sand, hits your tooth and hurts you. It hurts the enamel of your tooth and you don't enjoy. But the sweetness is there. But it is prevented by those mixture of sand particles. The sweetness is there, but being interrupted by sand particles. Bhagavad Gita, according to Sri Ramakrishna, is absolutely pure, semi-liquid, jaggery, granular. Grains are there, but the grains melt away in the heat of your tongue, warmth of your tongue. Whereas the other one, it is equally sweet, it is jaggery, but the sand is there to create a disturbance. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Gita is pure jaggery and Upanishads are mixed with a little sand. Why? Because such an amount of time has passed. Those which were commonly understood in that time of the Upanishadic period, the Aranyaka period, we are far, far, far moved away. Thousands of years, we are no more in touch with the existing social values and thinking of that period. Therefore, when we read the Upanishads today, it hurts our tooth. We are unable to understand. We have to exert ourselves to find out modern similes, modern instances, examples, to make you understand. So, dears, coming back to this subject, up to the 32nd shloka, we have seen what is Paravidya, what is Paravidya Vishaya, the object of it, all sorts of yagas, yajnas, and performance during the flow of your day-to-day life. And he has also told you the meditative aspect of Paravidya. What is that? Divya hi amurta purushaha sabhajabhyantara aja. The second shloka of the previous chapter. First chapter, second shloka, Ditya Mundaka. Divyo hi amurta purushaha sabhajabhyantara aja aprana amana shubhra aksharat paratah para. It is the sublime beyond all adjuncts, all attitudes, all attributes, even beyond the capacity of being describable. What is describable? That which is perceptible intellectually and physically, conceptually and perceptibly is describable. That which is beyond that is indescribable but experienceable. Let us say, I put a challenge to you. Please demonstrate who you are. I am, I exist is your constant experience. I am aware I exist. Please demonstrate that to me. I don't understand all these puzzling, rizzling words. Enigmatic words. Describe. Show me. Can you demonstrate your Atman anywhere? So I am. I know I am. How can I prove it? I reside in this body. When this body grows, I am. If required, I take another body. As I throw away my old garments, similarly, I throw away my old body. And I keep on renewing my body till I reach my goal. What is that goal? To know my true original nature. So, dears, up to the 32nd shloka, in various manner, in a suggestive way, tatastha lakshana. This is a way of explaining things which you do not understand, but you nod your head and say, yes, I do understand what you say. I cannot completely grasp it, but I can hover around it. As for instance, I am lost in a bushwalking, and I find there are two ways. My road bifurcates into two. One goes to the left, one goes to the right. I have my goal. I go to that village. I don't know. I've left my map behind. I thought it was easy. Now I am in doubt. Do I take the left road or do I take the right road? Instead of making a mistake, I sit tight there. Somebody will come. It is a frequented road. Somebody will come. Let me see. And let me think how to go there, But the doubt has assailed me and demotivated me. I can't go to the left, I can't go to the right. All of a sudden, I find a person coming by the right road. I run towards him, God sent. Sir, could you tell me which way do I go to reach that village? He looks at you, says, I am coming from that village where you want to go. Paravidya Vishaya, the goal of life. I am coming from there. I can tell you which way to take. Where do I go, sir? Take this road. What if I am lost again? Don't worry. He looks around, identifies a very tall gum tree. You see that tall gum tree? Yes, sir. Imagine you climb down from the top to the bottom where the trunk is with the ground. Can you imagine? Yes, sir. You will find a creek flowing by that tree. I don't see the tree. I take him by his words. The top of the tree is seen to be. I have to imagine going down up to the ground. Then I have to imagine there's a creek flowing by the shore. Tata is a shore. On the shore of that long, high, mighty gum tree, eucalyptus tree, there is a creek. There's a small bridge. You climb that and don't look left or right. Take the straight road. That road leads to your village, your destination. Standing where everything is being said, you only see the top of the tree. Aksharam, Avinashi, Jasya Sarva Samarpitam. These are the words I am hearing. Each word explodes into a meaning. Oh, it is something, everything is in it. Acha. And he says, that is the tree. That's it. That's it. I have been given the guideline to reach my destination by several examples and ideas which are even Greek to me, but I understand. I know nothing about it. All that I have to do is to walk down the road. Keep an eye on that tall tree, and then I find, yes, the tall tree has come down here. That is the creek. Oh, this is the bridge. I cross and I go say, here is my destination. This is known as Tatastha Lakshana. There's no relation to that by words, but indirectly, suggestively, symbolically, you point your idea, attention to that destination. All the shlokas that we have read up till now, in an indirect, suggestive manner, tries to build upon you. He is eternal, He is infinite, He is immutable, He is absolute, He is not perceptible, therefore not describable, but as you experience yourself in bondage, get rid of your bondage and you will know thyself. All this has been done in the previous shlokas, number 32. 32 in numbers. Now let us go forward. The last shloka that we studied, the last shloka of the first khanda of the second Mundaka, Purusham eva idam. He is concluding the chapter. The sum and substance of all Tataksha Lakshanas. All the words that has been joined together to give you a vague idea through symbolism and suggestions. He is concluding. Purusha eva idam. Eva Purusha. This Purusha. What is the meaning of the word Purusha? He who is total. There is no incompleteness in it. Purnatva Purusha. Total. No incompleteness. All inclusiveness. And where is it to be found? Purishayanath. He resides in this city, this human body-mind complex. So he is telling you not to look for the absolute in cloud 9, at the tip of the Himalayas or the tip of the Uluru. He is in you. There's a very popular song, a bhajan in India. मुझको कहाँ ढूंढो बंदे मैं तो तेरे साथ हूँ. Oh my dear friend, where are you looking out for me? Hither and thither, in the gales, in the mountains, in the caves, in the forest, in the Himalayas, in the Arctic, in the Antarctic, in the desert. Where are you looking out for me, dear? I am in you, I am with you all the time. Try to see me in you. This is what the Upanishads say, that is what a song says. This is what it is. Upanishad speaks to you in a highly academic manner. But never, never forget the basis of the ideology. The basis is, I am what I am. It was never I was not. It will never be I will be not. I am what I am. I am eternal. I am infinite. I am immutable. I am absolute. I am not demonstratable, not describable, but I am experienceable, because I am aware I am. This awareness of amness is the catch point. I am knowing myself with a wrong understanding and wrong perspective. And how beautifully it has been described. Atasmin tat buddhi. That which is not so, I think it to be so. Atasmin, that which is not so, tat buddhi. I, because of my error and ignorance, I see it to be so. This erroneous understanding has to be got rid of. Sorry. How do we get rid of? Listen. Eva Purusham. This Purusha, that Paravidya Vishaya, and now forget, always equate it, my true original nature. You are not wrong. My true original nature, in which idam vishwam karma paramritam, everything, idam vishwam karmam sannihitam samarpitam. They are all in me and I am in them. In essence, not in those four concepts of Dhamma, Rupa, Guna, Artha, Kriya, Karitya. Name, form, qualities and utilitarian value. We are stuck to those four concepts. And I think myself to be in this body. I know I am in this body, but I do not know atasmin tad buddhi. I am thinking myself to belong to this body, belong to this world through my interaction and attachment and involvement. I am the eternal, the infinite, the immutable, the absolute, the indescribable, the imperceptible, but experienceable. Because I know I am. Idam Sharvam Vishwam Idam Purusham Samarpitam. Eva Idam Purusham Vishwakarma Samarpitam. Etat jo, in this perspective, with this attitude, this is the catch. If you want to be one with the divine, then you have to divinize yourself. You don't see the divine like a chair. You see the divine as a symbol, suggesting the presence of the divine in a shrine through the idol or the picture or the statue. So I am that, and I am in him, he is in me. That is my true original nature. Etat jo Vedat. He who experiences this, Veda is experiencing beyond knowing or mature state of knowing, experiencing. He who experiences himself in this manner, sir, that particular person who has experienced himself in this manner as the absolute, the imperceptible, the indescribable, but experienceable, immutable, infinite, and eternal. Sya etad veda, etad jo veda, nihitam guhayam. Where is it to be found? Deep dive within yourself. It is within you. What you call as I am, that is that. He who knows himself in such a manner, what happens to him? The descriptive part of what will happen to you. Do you grow two horns and a long tail? By being a Jivanamukta? No. In this very world, iha, in this lifetime, he here means she also. Sa is common. Iha bikirati avidya granthim bikirati. We bind ourselves in knots and knots and knots by identifying ourselves with what we are not. That is what we do. That binding ourselves with what we are not will all disappear, will all evaporate into nothingness. You will be established in the majesty, the serenity, the poise, the excellence of your own soul. That is what will happen to you. Thereby, dears, this chapter ends with the suggestion, hereafter, all that has been said before is a foundation, and hereafter, performance-oriented instructions will follow. Let me repeat again. Hereafter, performance-oriented instructions will follow, so that you get into the habit of, get rid of this mistake of atasmin tat buddhi, identifying yourself what you are not. This is, dear, how we move into the second chapter of second Mundaka. Let me read the first shloka of the second Mundaka of the second chapter of second Mundaka. Abhihi. Abhihi means effulgent. Sannihitam, well placed. Samyak rupena nihitam. Nihitam is to place. Very carefully well placed, not misplaced. That is, your idea with oneness of the divine should not be misplaced. It should be placed properly in a proper manner with a proper attitude. Avihi, it is effulgence. There is no darkness in it. Guhacharam Nama. It is the core of everything that we see. Guha means the core of your being. He is the core of being of everything in this world, including yourself. Everything has a core of existence. Isness is the core of existence of everything. It is. There is nothing where isness is not there. That is, this widespread concept of isness, that is your true original nature. widespread concept of isness, existence. That is your true original. And it is abhihi, effulgent, awareness. You are aware. It is. Now, please put that awareness in its proper perspective. It is in the divine. It is in the absolute. It has come out of it. It goes into it. Abhi sannihitam guhacharam nama. Nama means prasiddha. It is known world over. People accept it or not is different, but this axiomatic truth is world over. Mahat padam etat samarpitam. That is Mahat padam. Extensively, it is immeasurable. There is not a speck of space where he is not. And there is an example in our Sanskrit scriptures. Sarvapadam haspipade nivagnam. What is this concept of samarpitam? He gives you an example. Now, every four-legged animal or two-legged animal, whatever it is, they have a footprint. Padam is footprint. Sarvapadam. All the footprints that you can think of the worldly creatures, they all get into the footprint of an elephant. Elephant's footprint is so wide that footprint of each and every creature under the sun is held within the parameters of the footprint of an elephant. Similarly, footprint is existence and awareness. The chair is, the carpet is, the table is, the packet is, the tabla is, the TV is. Isness. Everything is isness. And that isness is expansion. That isness is limitless. And everything is samyak nihitam, is in it. Mahat padavetat samarpitam. It is massive, immeasurably wide. And then he recounts Ajat, the birds, Pranat, those who have prana, Nimishat, Nimishatcha. There are certain creatures which twinkle their eyes. You know, the brows come down and etc. eyebrows. There are others, they don't twinkle. They're always open. They don't twinkle. That means everything that you conceive of the world, Param Vijnanat Jat Varishtam Prajana. He is the absolute, and in that absolute, all this is imagined. Because why it is imagined? Manashushupte pralaya darshanat. When the mind goes into dreamless sleep, nothing exists for this world. Nothing there. Therefore, he says, this everything which we can create with the farthest stretch of our imagination, which is an activity of the mind, everything falls into it. Even then, it is bigger than that. This is how the second chapter of the second Mundaka starts. Now, dear, the instructive part of it I'll take up during the next class because it's getting late. What is the instructive aspect of the idea that comes out from it? We'll discuss it in our next. We have repeated the second chapter very well. First chapter very well. Now we are moving into the second chapter. From here to a substantial number of shlokas, it will be all various types of instruction which you are requested to follow, following which you will reach that goal. And the remaining few shlokas in this Upanishad will tell you what happens to you if you reach that goal. You should know so that you can compare notes. I was told this will happen to me. Really, this is happening to me. That means I have achieved. I have reached that goal. The description has two reasons. One is to assert that what you have achieved is real and true, and to protect you from self-hypnosis, self-deception, both ways. We'll come to that when we are there. As of today, it's enough for the day. Thank you, dears. We meet again next Saturday. Thank you.
Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.